Cool, all right, we got some time here to do this quick little video. So here we have a circuit with 4 resistors, and then we have the source. Oh, look, I got my laser. So here's the source. We have our current flowing around clockwise, going through 4 resistors, and then down to ground. I did a little colors here to depict the different nodes. This red one's the first node, or you call it whatever node you want. First node, pink is second node, third node, fourth node, and then the 5th node, which is the ground. That is always going to be 0 since it's connected to 0 volts since it's connected to ground. Now we see going across this resistor, there's 2 volts. 2 volts drop. The next resistor, we don't know the voltage. Next resistor is 12 volts. Then the next resistor, we don't know the voltage, but we know the resistance. Also for resistor number 2, 2k ohms. Resistor 1 is 1k ohms. Now, we don't know the total resistance, we don't know the current, and we don't know the source. So this is what we can do. This run right here is going to be the key. That's going to help us out tremendously. So we have resistor 1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, and the voltage for 1 is going to be 2 volts. Using that, we can find the current. Because remember, current, all this current is the same everywhere. It's just going to be flowing. So therefore, our current is going to equal the voltage divided by the resistance. So we have 2 volts divided by 1 kilo ohm. And that's going to give us 2 divided by 1 is going to be 2. And then 1 divided by a kilo ohm, that's going to give us a milli, which is 10 to negative 3. Because if you have 1, 10 to the third, to bring that up, you just take the exponent and put a negative in front of it. Same thing right there. Erase that. So yeah, so we get the milli, and then volts divided by ohms, that gives us amps. So that is our current source. Right, okay, so now that we have our current, we can find voltage 2. Voltage 2 is going to be the current source times resistor 2, which is going to be 2 milliamps times 2 kilo ohms. And so our voltage 2 is going to equal to 2 times 2 is 4. Milli times kilo, that's going to cancel each other out. And then amps times ohms is going to give us voltage. So there is our voltage for number 2. Now moving on to the next one, resistor 3. We can find resistor 3. R3 is going to be the voltage divided by, this is going to be subscript 3. So V sub 3 is going to equal, sorry, got distracted. Okay, so resistor 3 is going to be V sub 3 divided by the current source. Now that's going to be 12 volts divided by 2 milliamps. 12 divided by 2, that's 6. And then you're going to do the same thing here. So milli, that's 10 to the negative 3, right? But if we have a 10 to the minus 3 at the bottom, move it up top, it's going to be 10 to the third, which is kilo. Kilo. And then we get rid of this. It's a little side track. Okay, so 6 kilo ohms. So that's our resistor 3. 6 kilo ohms. Right now, so we got the current using this resistor, since we have voltage and resistance given. We got this voltage 2, using the current with the resistor 2 value. We got resistor 3 using the current and the given voltage. Now resistor 4 is 3 kilo ohms, so now we need to find voltage 4. So V sub 4 is going to be I sub S times R4, that's going to be 2 milliamps, times 3 kilo ohms. And so that gives us 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Milli and kilo cancel out. Amps times ohms is voltage. That's our V4. Right? So does that give us everything? So we pretty much got this. So we need to find the voltage source now. V source is going to be I sub S, which is current source, times the total resistance. Or you can also do Kirchhoff's voltage law, where they all sum up to equal 0. But we'll just do it this way real quick. So we can find R sub T is going to be 1 kilo ohm plus 2 kilo ohms plus what was R3 is 6 kilo ohms plus 3 kilo ohms. Right, so that's going to be 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6. That's 12 kilo ohms total across. 12 kilo ohms. It looks to me like this V source is going to be 24, but let's find out. V source equals I source 2 milliamps times total resistance 12 kilo ohms, and that's going to be 2 times 12 is 24. Milli, kilo cancel out. Amps, ohms is volts, and there is your answer, 24 volts. Now keep in mind this red node is going to be 24 volts. Right, because this is shooting out 24 volts. So this whole node right here is 24 volts. You could take a multimeter. If this was a real circuit, take a multimeter, put it in anywhere on this line, connect it to ground, you'll get 24 volts. Now you'll see there's a 2 volt drop here. So 24, this pink one right here, I don't have it. I'm gonna use purple. This pink node, that's gonna be 22 volts. And then our voltage 2 is gonna be 4. So dropping down 4 volts, it's gonna be 18. So this green one's gonna be 18 volts. Minus 12, because you're dropping. You're going from a high potential, low potential. This node is at a lower potential compared to this one or this node. So again, as we're going, we're dropping potentials here. We're dropping 2 volts across this resistor. We're dropping 4 volts. 4 volts across this resistor. We're going to drop 12 volts across this resistor. 18 minus 12, that gives us 6 volts. We'll use this. Oh, look at that. I didn't know I could change the laser color. That's cool. All right. We'll use green again, so that's going to be 6 volts. Now, since our V4 is 6 volts, you see that? 6 volts. Oh, this one has a tail. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Oh, maybe that's better. All right, so see that? Those two match, right? So 6 volts minus 6 volts, that's going to give us our 0 volts. And our math seems to be checking out. I'll probably do more of these. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one more of these depending on how many people watch this, how many likes I get. I'll most definitely do some parallel circuits and how to solve those, add some capacitors, and move on from there. I'm really kind of just slowly cranking out some videos. If there's plenty of people watching it, I'll make more. I might make more tutorials on math, such as algebra. Thinking about doing some chemistry, although I don't know too much about it. I only know like the introduction, but I do need to brush up on that before I start doing something like that. Calculus, I know calculus is pretty difficult in the beginning. Linear algebra I know a little bit of. I mean, I took a whole course on it. I should know more than a little bit. I just need to brush up on it. And what else could I do here? I think that's it. Maybe there's more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Until then, I'll see you guys later.